Howdy, howdy, howdy. Happy to be here and happy you're here with me. And if you're new here and enjoy this content, I hope you'll subscribe. My name is Heather. This is Southern Gals Crochet. Hi. Okay, so today, as you saw in the thumbnail, big, huge yarn haul. I have to say it's been a very long time since I've done a yarn haul. I did go to Joann's since the announcement of their closing. I did go, and I came home with two little tiny, regular size grocery bags of yarn, and that's all that was available in the whole store, other than the big jumbo yarn. And so that was disappointing, and I was under the impression that they didn't have any yarn. And so a couple of days ago, on one of the Facebook groups, they announced that my local one, they showed pictures, my local Joann's was full of yarn. So I was like, I think I might need to check this out. And so Wednesday, hubby and I decided we were going to go ahead and go to Joann's and see what they had. And they had so much yarn. The girl said that they are getting shipments almost every single day of so much stuff that they are running out of room to put everything. And this I found to be true, because I found yarn in places that they normally don't store yarn. So that was interesting. Alright, I have to admit though that they had an awful lot of like one particular color. A lot. Like almost the whole length of the aisle was just one type and one color. I saw a lot of that. But there was so much yarn. I was really surprised. And of course, when I went, everything was 50% off. Alright, so well, I get one cart full, completely full, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and check out and put it in the vehicle and then come back on in, alright? And when I checked out, they did not have any bags, and they started boxing my yarn, and I'm like, you don't have any bags? And she goes, nope. I said, what about a trash bag? Nope. And so they were putting it in boxes, in these little boxes. Like, that's not going to hold hardly anything. So anyway, they gave me 2 boxes of yarn. I took them out to the truck, and hubby's like, what in the world? And the boxes weren't even hardly staying shut. They were so tight in there, and they were kind of flimsy. They weren't really good, strong boxes. And I headed back in for my second round, and hubby comes in with a roll of trash bags. Apparently he had a roll of trash bags in the truck. I'm like, yes. And so he hands the lady next to me, she had a whole big cart full too. He hands her a trash bag, and he hands me like 3 trash bags. And so I do my second round with trash bags. Worked out perfectly. And then I was like, okay, we're done. And while hubby was in there, he noticed that the stuffing the polyfill was on sale for 50% off. And he's like, you got to get some of that, you know. Why didn't you pick some of that up? And so halfway home, it was decided we were going back again the next day. And we got, oh, another reason why we were going back the next day is because I saw on our way out a whole nother aisle of yarn not connected to where the yarn normally is. And so they had a whole nother aisle of yarn that was Bernat blanket that I hadn't even seen. And so it was decided we were going back the next day. And that was yesterday. And so we picked up some 3 20-pound boxes of polyfill and more yarn. 2 more baskets of yarn. I was walking around with 2 baskets this time just because I knew I was going to fill them up. And after I had filled them up and was going to be going out, I was like, I want to check and see how much the sewing machines have gone down. And of course, when I went over in that direction, oh no, a whole nother aisle of yarn over here that I hadn't gotten to. It was, yeah, so it turned into a big, giant, huge yarn haul. Way more than I had anticipated. So, let's go ahead and get into what I bought. I don't normally use a whole lot of acrylic yarn anymore, but I did pick up a few acrylics, and it was let me tell you, it was really hard to decide what to get because there was so much of it, and there was so many different colors of just regular big twist acrylic yarn, and I had to stop myself from gobbling it up because, you know, 1, it was 50% off, and 2, there were so many different colors. But I do know I have plenty of acrylic that will take me a long time to use, so I held myself back a little bit on that. So what I did pick up in big twist acrylic yarn is some camel, and this is my favorite color of their brown color. And so I knew this is a color I tend to use a lot of times, especially for acrylic pieces that go with the plush, you know, like the ears or the mouth or something like that, you know. I use this. And I ended up getting just 2 of these. And I also picked up this taupe, which is also another color. It's kind of a grayish brown color. And I picked up 2 of these as well. I don't have anywhere to set all this down. I set it all up on my table real nice and pretty, but I don't have anywhere to set it when I'm not talking about it. Okay. So I picked up this one. I have never seen this one before. This was Big Twist Tweed. It's basically like a fleck, and it's a gray. It looks just like the Red Heart fleck color. Anyway, I thought that was interesting, so I picked that one up. And I got 2 of those as well. I basically got 2 of all these other yarns. Okay, and this was interesting. I only found homespun in this color, which I really love the homespun yarn, especially for like llamas and sheep, you know, to get that little fuzzy yarn for those. It can be tricky to work with, but I really like it. But this is the only color I could find, and it is called Parfait. It's a pink colors, and I picked up 2 of those as well. And moving on, I found some, I think this is like the no pilling yarn. I'm thinking, I don't know, I might be wrong. It's called Big Twist Living. Yeah, anti-pilling. I see it right there. Yep. And I can't read it. I didn't bring my glasses. I can't read what color way that is. But they had so much of it. I mean, like half the aisle of this color. And I picked up 4 of these to work with. I thought this would be cute to work with in combo with a plush. So, and same thing with this one. I thought this one would be really cute with in combo with a plush and like a rainbow bright colors, primary colors. I thought that was really nice. I got 4 of these as well. And let's see, what is this? Is Bernat Velvet in mushroom color. I picked up 4 of these. They did not have a whole lot of Bernat Velvet, or I would have went a little bit nuts on picking them up. But I got the last 4 mushrooms they had, and the last 2 pink that they had, which that was a little disappointing. I really love the velvet yarn. I use it quite often, so that was I was a little disappointed I couldn't find any more throughout the store. So I was like, well, at least I got a little bit, right? Okay, and then I also picked up some Posh. Believe it or not, they actually had a little bit of Posh. A little bit. They had a whole lot of that bright pink. I mean, like rows and rows of that bright pink. And just a little tiny bit of these 4 colors that I have here. So this is the kale color. I picked up 2 kale colors. They had a couple more, but I was hesitant. I had a huge cart by the time I got to the Posh already, so I'm just going by the chart that I wrote everything down. I separated them, but by the time I got to the Posh section, I was like, ooh, I already got a whole lot in my cart. I picked up some yellow. Thank God they had quite a lot of yellow. And so I picked up 8 skeins of yellow because, you know, I use this a lot, especially for my chicks and ducks. So I was glad to have gotten that. I grabbed a couple of browns. I think they only had like 4 of them, and I picked up 3 of them. And that's the butter brown butter, yeah. And I got the one and only skein they had of the Baja Blue. One and only skein. That was disappointing. I was hoping to find another, at least one more. It's not a color I have. I think I only have 2 other skeins of this color. So there was just not a lot to choose from in that area. Just if you wanted that really hot pink, there was a lot of that. But alright, well that does the acrylic and other miscellaneous items that I did pick up, and I'll go ahead and mark those off the list. So now we're going to head on into the Bernat blanket and Bernat baby. So next up on the list is blanket yarn. I did not separate these out from blanket versus baby blanket. I just grabbed all the solid colors. Okay, this one, the black. I figured you can't really go wrong with grabbing some black. And I picked up 3 of these blacks. And next up is a pink, like a dusty pink. I think it's called Lotus. Yeah, Lotus. Picked up 3 of those. And baby denim, I only got to pick up 2 of these because that's all they had. So, and I tried to, excuse me, I tried to pick up colors that I use a lot of, you know. And then I also found some colors I'd never seen before. And this is one of them. This is baby blanket fuchsia, deep fuchsia. I'd never seen this color before. And of course, they only had 1 skein. So, that's a new one. And let's see, fuchsia. And the next one is the crimson red. I use this quite often. And so I picked up 5 of these. And they had a whole big box of those. I picked up 5. And the next one, deep sea. It's just basically like a deep emerald green color. I love the color. It's kind of almost Christmas color, Christmas color green. And I picked up 3 of these. Alright, whoops, my stack is falling. Alright, let's see. Next up is this pale gray. I've never seen this color before. This is Bernat blanket, pale gray. That's a new color for me. I've never seen it. It almost looks like baby sand, but a little more on the gray side. It doesn't really look gray to me. It looks more on the, like a mushroom color. But that's a new one. And I only managed to find 1 of those. I was like, oh, I hunted and hunted. I was like, dadgummit. And the next one is, of course, baby sand. I remember at one time this color was really hard to get your hands on. And so I picked up 4 of these just because I was so happy to have found it, you know? Especially now that, you know, Sweet Snuggles Light is no longer available in sand. So, yeah. Alright, and let's see. Next up is a burnt mustard. I actually have one of these already. I just haven't used it yet. Never found what I was going to use it for. But I think it would make a great giraffe. But I picked up 3 of these. And then there's this Bernat blanket terracotta. Never seen this one before either, and they only had 1 skein of that. I got something itching my face, probably my hair. It's amazing how many colors, it is my hair. Okay. It's amazing how many colors I had never seen before. But I have to say, I don't usually go shopping in the Bernat blanket section. I usually stick to the baby Bernat. So there's probably colors that were there. I just didn't pay attention to them. Like I said, it's been a long time since I've been in the store. Okay, let's keep moving on. We found almond. Can never have too much almond. And so I picked up 5 skeins of almond. And what is this one? The vintage white. The only one I found. So I went ahead and picked it up because, you know, again, there was some colors that was a lot of them, and then there was some colors like 1 or 2 skeins left. That was it. Here's another new color for me, and it is something. I can't not say it. It is aubergine, which might as well say plum. Some kind of plum color. I think it's really pretty. I picked up 4 of these. And then the one and only bubbly blue. That's all they had, was just 1 ball of bubbly blue. And then there's scuba yellow. They only had 2 scuba yellows, so I got those. And of course I love this color. This is the frosted blue. I use this a lot. And so I picked up 6 of these. And there we go. My hair is tickling my face. I picked up 2 skeins of carrot. Really bright. Although I have to admit it's a stiffer. It's not as squishy as some of the others. It's a stiffer yarn. But I love the bright color of it. And then I also picked up Bright's Royal Blue. Picked up 2 of these as well. Just awful pretty. A little bit softer than the orange, but not by much. Not by much. I got it's Seafoam Sparkle. And I picked up 4 of these. I know it sounds like I really got a lot, and I did get a lot, but they had so much more, you know, like I couldn't even if I wanted to get everything in the shop, I couldn't afford to get everything in the shop, even at half off. I couldn't do it. So, yeah, there was a lot of yarn, and they said they have yarn coming in every single day. Nowhere to put it. Alright, and they had a lot of frosting. Bernat baby blanket frosting, which I use a lot on my sea turtles and a couple of other things. So, and there was definitely some two new colors that I've never seen before, or I should say they were never available online. Like, there's usually a line through it, not available at my store. Right. So, this one is Cozy Rosy. I don't know if you can really get a good look at it, but I love the color pinks, various shades of pinks. And I got 5 of those. And let's see. This one is called Sunday Times. This is one of the ones that I had never purchased before, and I got 4 of those as well. It's kind of a browns, tans mix. It's really pretty. And let's see, frosting, seaside frosting. Not that one. This one. Right? Yes, seaside frosting. I use this one quite a lot. It's greens and blues mix. And I got 5 of those. Probably should have picked up more. Let's see, where are we now? Frosting. This one's called Golden Hour, and I've never gotten this one either. This one's more of a orange, yellow shades. It's really pretty. I've never gotten this one before either, so I'm not sure what I will make out of it, but it is beautiful. And I got 4 of those. And then this one is Lilac Lounge. I use this one almost all the time. It is pinks and purples colors mixed together. Really beautiful. And I got 5 of those. And next up we have Bernat Blanket Dried Flowers. Never seen this one before, and it goes very well with that terracotta, so I decided to go ahead and grab 1 of those. And then this one is Weather Wood, and it's kind of a browns and grays, cream, and I got 2 of these. It's really pretty. Really pretty. I had never gotten that one before. And of course, here is one I have purchased quite often. And this is the baby blue green. And I love this one. And I got 4 of these. Now, all of these next ones are, the next 5 are colors I've never even bothered trying to look at, more or less purchase. This one is a speckled cream. Speckle baby. It's a Bernat blanket speckle. And it's in cream color. And it's like a, it reminds me of like a cream latte. Kind of. It's really, it looks yummy. But yeah, never seen that one, never tried that, and they only had one skein. I hunted and hunted. I could not find another one. And then this one is speckle also. Oh, that one. Let's see, which one is this? This is Dapple Shadow, I believe. Yeah, Dapple Shadow, and of course, only one. And next up are some tweeds. I never purchased tweeds before. They look very cool. I would think really great for chickens, I would think, or lizards. So this one is a sandy tweed, and I purchased 4 of those. And then this one is a dove tweed, really interesting black and tan color mix, and I got 4 of those. And then this one is, I've never seen this one either. It's really cool looking. And this is a ivory tweed, and I got 4 of those. Now I just got to figure out what I'm going to make with them, because that's really interesting. Really interesting yarn. I like it. Okay. Well, that's all for the Bernat blanket and baby blanket section. Next up, we will do the big twist plush section. Now, I have to admit, I just now started buying a couple of colors of big twist plush. I've always been a Bernat girl, sticking with the Bernat, you know. I hadn't quite moved over to the big twist plush, but maybe a few colors. So when I saw that they had a whole aisle dedicated to big twist plush, I decided I will go ahead and grab a bunch of colors that I've never seen. I've never purchased before. Well, let's start with this one. This one is Strawberry Sorbet, and it's like a pink blush variegated. It's very pretty, very, very pretty. And I got 4 of those. And then this one is a variegated pastel, really nice bright colors. It's upside down. Nice bright colors. And I got, 4 of those. And then this one is Lavender Aura variegated, and again upside down. I only got 1 of these because I actually still have 2 of these that I have never even used yet. And this one is Lavandella, Lavandella. And I got 2 of these. And this one is a coral. I got 2 of these. And this one is an electric pink. Electric pink. And I got 2 of the electric pink. They did have a pretty good amount of colors available, but some of the colors only had a few balls apiece, you know. Some of them, there were like the pastel multicolor, that was like 2 rows of it, but the solids were more just like one basket of it. And the electric blue, I got 1 of those. And unfortunately, this one, I only had 1 available, or I would have definitely gotten more. This is a mint green, baby green color. I love it. And they only had 1 available, unfortunately. And this one is a pastel blue. And I only got 1 of these as well. I sure wish I had, I wish there had been more of these available, but apparently somebody got there before and I did. And we're down to our last 4 colors. So this one is coconut. It's like cream, like a eggshell cream color, and there are 4 of those. I got 4 of those. And then this one, a regular white. I remember getting 4 of those. I was like, when on my first trip there, I was like, just got 1. And then that evening I was like, man, what was I thinking? I should have got more of those. So I went back and got 3 more of those. And this one, I already have 2 balls that I haven't even gotten into yet. And this is a dusty blue. And I got 2 of these. And this is the last one. This one is a weird name. Cardamom. It's teddy bear brown to me. And I got 4 of these. But they had a lot of this. They really had a lot. It was tempting. But yeah, it was really hard to decide what I was going to get and what I use a lot of. What I hate that it's not going to be available anymore, you know. And of course I bought a lot of Bernat because of the fact that it was so on sale. So I picked up as much as I possibly could, and I'll be paying for that for a while. I'll be paying for it for a while. But because I got so much on sale, you know, that keeps my prices low for as long as I possibly can. I really don't like the idea of having to raise my prices because, you know, yarn is getting harder and harder to get a hold of because we're just all going to miss Joann so much. But I do believe that is my last trip to Joann's for ever, unless hubby just all of a sudden says, let's go, you know. 'Cause he is such an enabler. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. All right. I appreciate y'all. And I'll catch y'all next time. Bye bye.